Someone once told me that if you have a dream, follow it. They said always aim for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. But what are individuals with musical dreams, who have a song, who have a voice, and want to be heard supposed to do? The road isn't easy. The road is long. But this right here, it's a start. Welcome to Local Live 5.
Can I please get a standby from Rogers TV?
Standing by, cameras 1 through 4.
Standby, lights and sound.
Standing by, lights and sound.
And roll playback.
Now wait for it.
I feel it starting, please don't think I'm crazy, but there's no turning back, we're on a road unknowing, and when the night ends, maybe you'll know where I'm going. Until then, I'll be patiently waiting to go. I'll be patiently waiting to go.
Hello and welcome to Local Live, Simcoe County's very own reality TV show and music competition. I'm your host, Steve Major. Now once again, Local Live is on a mission to uncover some of the greatest talent that Simcoe County has to offer. And someone out there very special, someone with a great singing voice and a great song, but most importantly, somebody who you vote for will walk away with the Local Live 5 crown. Now this process begins with an audition. We've traveled across Simcoe County, hitting up Barrie, Orillia, Collingwood, and Alliston, and we've made each competitor perform their original music for our special panel of judges. Now it's these judges who have the job of handpicking who they feel are the strongest competitors and pushing them forward to the semi-final round in their own respective city or town. For some, it was a walk in the park.
It's just not enough when you're drunk and stoned, when you're high.
We landed in the deep end, but I decided to stay.
Oh, I'm sorry that I got greedy. If a couple months go by and you still want me.
For others, and myself, it was it was tolerable.
I was walking down the street. I saw a girl with smelly feet. We fell in love. I wanted to meet her really much, and that's the ending of my Very Well song. Thank you!
And you saw me, yeah. And you came up beside me and hold my hand, yeah. You held my hand real tight. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Now, as you can see, there is no shortage to the amount of people that think they can actually sing. Why, you ask? Karaoke. Roughly translated from Japanese, it means, I've had way too much to drink, and now I'm gonna shout. But if you take away the drinks, take away the backing track, add some bright lighting, you separate those karaoke singers from actual artists, and you're left with this: an audition for Local Live. First into our studios is 40-year-old Ian Chapman from Orillia, Ontario. Ian is a singer-songwriter who claims to have written over 200 songs and is here today to hopefully impress our judges and move on to the next round of Local Live 5.
Ian, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Great, thanks for being here. All right, and somewhere in the style of Blue Rodeo and...
That's what I've been told, yeah.
All right.
I'm not a big, I don't listen to Blue Rodeo that much, but
people tell you
they
sound
tell
like
me that my style is very similar
Cool.
to that. So.
And well, let's hear one of those 200 original songs then. Just play the one, not 200.
You wanna talk about secrets?
what I was actually kind of waiting for more was a stronger hook, like as far as a song, like a chorus where the.
My stuff is very simple. It's a lot about the words. I'm.
Oh no, absolutely no, and some of the best, like I say, some of the best country songs, all the best country songs in the world are simple, right? But I was just waiting for more of a hook, like a chorus hook. But nonetheless, not a criticism. Nonetheless, great voice. You have a great voice. You are a storyteller, and when you're singing, I believe what you're singing about. And I actually, I'd love to hear you with a band, especially
I play
like
with a band quite often. Yeah, that's why. I mean, with that, there's a whole instrumental
Oh,
part
of
in
course,
there that needs.
yeah, of course.
This is just me and a guitar.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, and for me, I would like to hear you in the finals because you will be playing. There is a band that will be like accompanying.
I play with a band weekly.
So to me, I think that's where you'll really shine.
I enjoyed your voice had a little bit of a twang to it. I liked that.
Thanks.
I have to agree with Michael with the song. I think you have a great voice. You seem like a really nice guy, and personality can take you a long way in this industry. So.
Vocally, it was unique. I don't listen to much country, but I think you have kind of a cool voice.
Thank you.
Guitar, you could play the hell out of the guitar, man. You did an excellent job with that. But similar to what Michael was saying, I was waiting for something to hook onto when it came to the actual hook part.
For me, it's local live, and like Michael said, you'd be much better suited for a live band situation. Obviously you're not going to set out a stadium with just an acoustic guitar and yourself.
No.
So, but I could definitely see you have you've got some years under your belt for playing live with bands and locally and kind of thing, and it just, to me, it's something where it's like it suits a coffee house and it works, but at the same time with that genre. It's like country in general. For years before they added the whole new country thing to be a little bit more radio friendly, it was a level of every country album sounds exactly the same. You might be able to find one or two songs off the album you remember because all of it kind of runs together. But I think that we don't usually get these kind of sign-ups for local live, and I'd like to see you in the finals just because I'd like to see something a little bit broader than what we're used to, and I think it'd be interesting to watch.
Everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
Thanks
got a
a lot.
pocket
Congrats,
full of paper
Come
that
and get
brings you to
some-
the semifinals.
They describe their sound as a blend of rock, pop, and electronic music. Corey Doucette and Phil Lalonde make up the duo The Tradesmen, and they are here today to introduce the judges to that sound, which they feel will take them to the next level.
Hey guys,
Hello.
how's it going today?
A little shaky, too much coffee.
Yeah? You excited to
club.
be here? Nervous?
Yeah, a little bit nervous. It's
Little
the
bit nervous?
anticipation of the whole thing. So.
There's no reason to be nervous. It's not like we're judging you or anything. So you guys have been performing together for a year?
Yeah, about a year.
Cool.
And then, we've been performing, I guess, for 10, 15 years.
This should be interesting. What's the name of the song that you're playing today?
Mighty Eyes.
Mighty Eyes. All right, let's hear it.
And the sea and the fire burns as you run away, as you turn to hood, and the mighty eyes of the ones you love every time you call. It's just not enough when you're drunk and stoned, when you're high, when you're not a bitch like you used to be. 'Cause I don't know, you enjoy the show, you don't care that you treat it like your family when you're cold and gray, like a satellite, and you fall from grace. Now you're not so high. La da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la da 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 dum, la di da di da dum, la di da di dum, la di da di da dum. Won't you drink it? La da 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 dum, la da da di da dum, la di da di dum, la di da di da dum, la di da di dum, la di da di da dum. Won't you drink it? Hell, you see, and the fire burns
like a waterfall, like a dream that's cursed, and all you see through the liquid light. Oh, I thought you wanted us to start.
No, we're good. Yeah.
At first, it was a little off key, I heard a couple times.
Yeah.
But overall, I loved the song. I thought it was a lot of fun. If I heard it on the radio, I would totally rock out to that in my car. And I think your voices kind of complement each other. I like how you have the high pitch and your more lower tone. Yeah, overall, I think it was great. You guys did a great job.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you who your musical influences are, because I bet you I know who you're going to say.
Other than Pink Floyd and Johnny Cash.
I mean, for me, it all started with Nirvana.
Right.
I mean, I loved listening to
But
Nirvana.
what about, like, with the stuff that you're writing now, like who like, because I'm hearing a lot of different influences here.
Yeah, see, we're all over the place. Like, I love everything from the band to Tool to, you know, all over the place.
Right.
Those are two of my favorites, actually. So.
Yeah, like they were saying in the beginning, the music, I almost felt like it was taking away from your guys' vocals. I think a cappella, you guys would be amazing. Now, obviously, this is your guys' gig with the piano and the guitar. I think if you work out that kink for, I don't know, down the road in the following rounds, I think you guys could have something. But definitely when you don't have the synchronization of the music and the vocals, it almost feels like the vocals here, music here. I almost want to either balance them out or just get rid of the instruments and just go vocally. But by far, I've been in Local Live 2, 3, and this is the 5th installment. You guys are the most unique band I've seen thus far, so I'd love to see you in the next round.
Awesome. Thanks.
I thought Queen in the beginning as well, and then I thought like Dream Theater meets vaudeville, man.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, guys. By far, one of the most unique acts I've seen in a long time. And opposite of what Jazzy said, I can see what you're saying about the vocal, but I'd like to see you guys just more like a higher produced stage show, man. You guys need a couple more members.
Synthesizer.
Yeah, man. Synthesizer. You need some other guy on bass, some killer drums, kick-ass lights. Like that's what I see when I see this. It's like, and honestly, it's one of those things where, if introduced to radio with the right production behind it, it stands out, and it's so hard to find something that stands out. But like you said, with so many different musical influences, seeing the comfort and understanding that good music is just good music. It doesn't matter what style it is. I mean, you guys, I think the cool thing, I'm sure the viewers at home are going to agree, you don't look the way we expected you to sound. And it's awesome. I'd definitely like to see you guys in the next round, man.
Awesome.
Cool. Well,
So I
I think
think
that goes without saying that you guys are going to the semifinals.
Great eyes.
Come get your paper.
He bought a van and traveled across the country, and now Coldwater's own David Dunn is back in Simcoe County and in front of our judges, hoping to advance to the next round.
Tonight I sit here all alone. Days ago I'd meet her on the phone, racing in my mind behind the wheel. The signs that pass by, they do reveal the road is twisted and it's long, so I try and fight this feeling and be strong. I could stay so long, fall asleep and do no wrong. Maybe I'll be moving along. My head and my heart are not agreeing on the reason that it is that I'm leaving. The sun just seems to say there's a whole wide world just waiting every day. I can picture the moonlight on her skin, but I'll swallow it down with whiskey and gin. I could stay so long, fall asleep and do no wrong, but maybe I'll be moving along.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I dig what you're doing. You kind of remind me of Woody Guthrie.
Okay.
Do you know? You don't know Woody Guthrie?
Yeah, I know.
Kind of
Woody
do. You
Guthrie.
know
Yeah,
who?
I do.
Okay, good. Because if you don't, go and read up on him. He traveled around the U.S. through the Depression, right? Just not in a Westfella, but on a train, I guess. But anyways, you kind of remind me of that. You got a really, that's a nice kind of folky, you know, loner traveling guy, right? It was nice.
I do have more upbeat songs.
I really enjoyed the guitar riff. Can you play a little bit of that?
Sure,
riff?
yeah.
Just a little bit. Just the first bit.
No. There you go.
Okay, thanks. I just wanted to hear it again. Yeah, I really like the music itself. I like your lyrics. How old are you?
27.
27.
You know, I'm not sure if it's exactly what is going to excel in a contest like this, possibly. But that's not to say I think you're awesome. I think you have a cool sound and everything. But I'm not sure. I'm going to wait and see what my fellow judges say, and then before we make a decision.
I don't know. I'm kind of against what Michael said. I think if you nail this song and you actually get your lyrics out, I think you could do well. But we'll see. I mean, we got to vote at the end. So.
I actually enjoyed it, and I was actually glad that Amanda asked her age, because lyrics, as well as kind of finding yourself and traveling alone, and then writing about those things, as well as performing, like you said, performing alone, just doing your thing. That's an old soul mentality, and I think that it definitely reflects in your song. There's a comfortability when you're playing that you can tell it's from the heart, and you're doing your thing. You're not trying to be anybody else. You're doing it for yourself, and I think that's awesome. However, that being said, for this kind of competition, is local live. We're looking for things for stages and for things to be taken to recording studios and stuff. And you know what, man? You're one of the few guys I can tell. I don't think this competition is suited for you, just because of the fact that you're going to be equally as happy and performing the same quality, whether it's a coffee house, whether it's a campfire. I don't think it's suited best for, as Michael said in the past, for some radio stuff. But you're the kind of guy that if I seen playing locally, man, I'd go check them out. And there's few guys that can do that, where they can just show up anywhere and people just respect what they say through their music and are interested. So for me, I don't think it's something that I would personally push through. I wouldn't be against it, but I wouldn't push through right now, just based on some of the other competitors that we've seen thus far and my past experience on the competition. Okay. But I definitely dug the song.
Oh, thanks very much.
I'm going to say no, but with the utmost respect and admiration, but I'm going to say no. And so now you guys, the pressure is on the two of you in the middle here.
Yeah, we were brave enough to say what we meant from the beginning.
Yes.
I'm just going to say yes.
And okay, so Jazz, you're the last guy. Yes or no?
I'm going to say yes, but now what do we do with the 2-2 tie?
Split goes through.
Split goes through?
You're going through.
You're going through?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much.
Well done, man.
Come get your piece of paper.
Oh.
Hi, and welcome back to Local Live 5. If you're just joining us, we've just begun to scratch the surface of some of the incredible talent from Orillia, Ontario. Now, this is Local Live, which means not everybody can go through. Up next in the Local Live studios is 56-year-old folk singer-songwriter Sue Wood, who originally started writing music for her children. And then after a successful tour through the elementary school system, she decided it was time to audition for our judges and hopefully take her music to the next level.
Wanna be the one who believes in you. Oh, I want to love you. Oh, I want to love you.
For this competition, I don't think that this song was probably your best suited. I'm going to pass and say no.
For me, the performance was like Little House on the Prairie meets NyQuil, and it just didn't give me any energy at all, so I'm going to have to say no.
So I'm going to respectfully say no, but I think you're wonderful. I think it's a beautiful song and you have a nice voice, but I don't think it's exactly what we're after for this.
I felt like that song, it made me want to like crawl up in my bed and fall asleep, but not in a bad way. But yeah, you're really talented, but I think just for this show, it's not well suited.
Up next to enter the Local Live studios is this season's youngest competitor, 10-year-old Sierra Ashton, who's ready to impress our judges with her newest song.
I know you're never coming back. It was so long ago when I last saw you, but still I miss you. Hope you miss me too.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you write all the lyrics, like all the words yourself? Wow, that's really impressive. And you have a really nice voice, and you have a lot of, you're real brave to just get up and sing in front of strange people and sing a cappella without anybody accompanying you. It's really great. But anyways, I was really impressed. Like when I was 10 years old, I wasn't doing anything, and you're writing songs and auditioning for contests and stuff. So I think that's really great. It would be great to see you come back again next year and the year after and the year after, and just keep going and always keep trying, no matter what happens. So, I'm not sure if you're ready this year.
You have a good voice, but I would have liked to hear you play the piano or play the guitar. So maybe next year you can come and try out.
I give you a lot of praise and congratulations at 10 just for coming out today. And I think you did a good job, but definitely I would like to see you come back next year.
Practice an instrument, learn more about music, because I think that next year and the year after that, hopefully we keep continuing to see you, because I think that you're a young prodigy if you stick to doing it. If this is what you want to do and this is what you enjoy, stick to it. Don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't do it. Just continue to do this, okay? Because as more years go on, starting at the young age that you're at, you're going to get extremely good, okay? So hopefully we see you next year, but I think this year is time to maybe practice a little bit and then come down and still make other competitors look a little silly next year, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Sierra.
Thank you.
Have yourself a nice day. It's this way, sweetheart.
The first duo through the doors this season at Local Live 5 is none other than Aurelia's own Abby and Sam. They started working together just only 2 months ago and have written a song that they feel will impress our judges.
All right, so Abby and Sam?
Yeah.
Who's who?
I'm Abby and
You're Abby and she's Sam? Okay. How old are you girls?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. And one of, when I read here, it says Sam's never been on stage. So you've never performed?
No.
Good thing.
So this is your first time?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Yeah. A little.
All right, so what's the song that you're playing for us today?
Chasing Love.
Chasing Love.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. Yeah.
As I still speak of you, do I cross your mind? As much as you cross mine, do the memories of us still echo in your thoughts? The thought of us has been driving me insane. Lately, wishing you would feel the same. I fell for someone who wasn't there to catch me. I fell for you.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, go ahead.
really like your voice a lot. There's a little bit of a pitch problem going on at one point, but overall, I really like your voice. In terms of the song itself, I would have liked to. I don't really know what the chorus was, so is there a chorus or?
Yeah. The part where it's like, at the thought of us has been driving me insane. That part, and then it keeps going. Yeah.
So maybe something leading up to that to make it sound, I don't know, it just sounded kind of like monotone the whole time.
Yeah. It sounded like the verse.
Yeah, it sounds like the
identical.
verse. So if you could make it, if you did make it to the next round, I would like to hear a little bit of a difference there. So, you know.
I found the song it drags a little bit for me. I mean, I think the tempo could have been sped up, or maybe you could have picked, I don't know if you have any up-tempo songs, but you might have been maybe better off to come in with something a little more energetic, right?
Yeah.
How often do you guys practice, or how often do you guys get together?
It's usually once to twice a week.
Yeah.
And how long has this been going on? A couple months, years?
A couple months.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the only reason why I'm asking is there was a part that was a little pitchy, but I think if you guys were a little more in sync, it would make the song a lot more enjoyable for us, not just as judges, just overall listeners.
Yeah.
This song, however, though, I think it was a good choice because if you hit this in the studio, I can definitely see the big dollar signs all over this. With your voice, and if you get the guitar playing just all in 2 and 1, this could be something special.
I think the voice is beautiful. I think that, I mean, again, you have that kind of soulful voice where you can't really belt it out. You're just going to have to be mic'd. It is what it is. For me, I just think because there was a little hiccups and stuff, and the song in general was it wasn't really a sing-along song. It was a very heartfelt song, and I liked it, but it was kind of meh overall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a tremendous amount of potential there, and you're young. I definitely stick doing it because your voice is something that will stick out. People can't copy that. And there's certain people, we like to sing along to certain songs. Like we can sing along to a rock song. We don't really have to know how to sing a rock song. We can get away with it. But your voice, it's going to be very difficult to imitate, and that's what's marketable, and that's what's going to go well for you. And just keep practicing the guitar. You're important too, is what I'm trying to say. So act like it. All right.
So we'll see. Can you come back next year? Keep practicing and keep playing and stuff like that.
Don't stop. Like seriously, continue to practice. We'd like to see you next year.
Awesome. Thanks.
Take care, girls.
Recently back from a trip through the USA promoting her music, Aurelia's own Amy McIsaac finds herself back in Simcoe County and in front of our judges, hoping to advance to the next round.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. I think these guys are good too. You guys, everyone good?
We're good.
Yep.
We're all good. So you played music all through high school, I'm reading here. I have like your whole life story right here.
I did, yeah, which was a long time ago.
And then you sold your house and you moved to Texas.
Kind of. We sold our house, quit our jobs, bought a trailer.
Wow.
Went to Texas.
Gotcha. Where in Texas?
We were in the Rio Grande Valley, so borderline Mexico. There's a town called McAllen.
Wow.
It's kind of
and now you're back in Aurelia.
Yes.
Does your time in Texas influence your writing and stuff?
I think so, a little bit.
So we'll hear a bit of that, like we might hear that kind of style in your
Well, It's hard for me to say because there's so much down there. But yeah, I think there's a little bit of Texas grit on our stuff.
Good, let's hear it. So this is called The Deep End.
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty. Check that in. Oops.
Wasn't supposed to be simple, but there's beauty behind the broken. And I'm gonna hold on tight and fierce. So old tricks die slow after all these years, and we landed in the deep end, but I decided to stay. Sudden creep down to the edges. Stay till the bugs bit us like they meant it. And I will follow you down. And I will surely lose my balance. I'm gonna make no more concessions. You're gonna push back and try, and I'm gonna let you learn all your lessons. We landed in the deep end, but I decided to stay till the sun creeps down to the edges. Stay till the bugs they bit us like they meant it. And I will follow you down.
First of all, yeah, your guitar playing is awesome. You just have a really nice feel. Your strumming is nice and even and smooth. Guitar sounds great. Your voice is fantastic. A lot of soul. And there is a bit of grit in there, a little bit of a Texas twang, which is really nice, just in the right spots too. You pick those moments to kind of bring that out. And for me, song-wise, that's probably the first song that I've heard of everybody today that has a really great structure, where the verse is, simple, you're telling the story, and then there's a chorus. When you start get in the deep end, it's that's a chorus. It's very obvious. It's a strong hook, and so I think I could hear that easily being recorded, and with a band or and in any kind of treatment, and it's kind of what I'm looking for as a judge, and what I think this contest is all about, is somebody who can go through this process and develop, and at the end, get a finished product, right? That's the idea, is you get to record your song. Probably my favorite person today.
Thank you.
But I'll want to hear what everyone else says, and then we're gonna. Yeah.
I can tell you feel what you're singing, but to me, it's a combination of potential with holding back. I understand it's a small audience with 4 judges and a couple cameramen who never get any credit that they deserve. But when you're in front of a live audience, whether it's 1 person, 10 people, 100,000 people, there's a certain level of comfortability I feel every performer needs to be able to connect with that audience. And I think that you're holding back. I think that you were holding back certain notes. I think that the quality is there, but I'd like to see more of you come out and just push it a little bit further for energy. But to me personally, with a strong structure like Michael said, it's definitely something that I think people can relate to, and they can definitely feel. I'm sure that viewers at home know that you wrote that and you feel what you're saying. So for me it's positive.
Thanks. To build on what he says, I'm going to have to disagree with him. I feel like because you had very controlled facial expressions, it made me feel the music a lot more. We had a couple competitors earlier today, and they're just monotone. They're not really into it. But I think with you putting extra emphasis in some of the notes, I disagree with him. I think I absolutely felt the music, and I'd love to see you in the next round.
I just think that she could go more with it. She just let it out more. It felt like
sometimes
vocally
it helps
she's
when there's
back.
a beer involved, but it's early.
Even she agrees with me, Jazzy.
Well, either way,
Just
I
saying.
think great energy, great song selection. I'm going to say yes.
Great, thanks.
I have to agree with Michael in terms of the structure of the song. I feel like out of all the songs that we have heard today, yours definitely has the most structure to it. I got goosebumps as soon as you started singing, so automatically that's a yes for me. Yeah, I love your voice, and I feel like you're really passionate. You're closing your eyes and like you're into the music, so that's a huge thing. And also, you have the best sense of style of the day, so I'll give you that too.
Thank you.
So it's a yes for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely a yes. So
Yay.
are we? So it's unanimous.
She is a public speaker, a dancer, a shiatsu therapist. But today, Aurelia's own Beth McKean is testing the waters as a singer-songwriter.
How are you, Beth?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Great. What brings you here today?
Music, love of music, my passion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And can I ask you about, you had a skiing accident, and that was when you decided to write songs, is that right?
Oh, no, I've been writing songs for a long
okay.
time before that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, traveling and just exploring, being a real gypsy. I was a tree planter. I was living in the mountains and living in my van and traveling around. And yeah, so that, you know, if you know the tree planter lifestyle, there's a lot of music happening around the campfire as well. And yeah, just gaining life experience.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when you were traveling in your van, you didn't happen to run into David Dunn along the way, who was traveling in a van as well. You guys never crossed paths?
Maybe crossed paths, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the song you're going to do today?
It's called Ocean.
Is that did you write that when you were living out in the West Coast?
I wrote it actually. I'm from here originally, and so I had a ski accident. That ski accident brought me back here for about a 3-month stint, and I was heavily immersed in getting my body back and my whole soul, mind, spirit back into alignment again.
Right.
And so the ocean song was a longing. It was sort of a siren's call back to the ocean.
Right. Great. Well, let's hear it. That sounds exciting.
Very cool. Okay. Thanks, guys.
There's a woman of the mist who lives inside a coral shell, and if I listen to her voice, she calls me back to a place I know well, deep within the pounding surf, deep within my emotion, courage, power, fear, and rhythm. This woman, she is the ocean. Coming back to hear her singing, feel the waters lick my toes. Coming back to the great wide ocean, let her wash away my woes. And coming back to hear her singing, feel the waters lick my toes. Coming back to the great wide ocean, let her wash away my woes. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Where have you been, my blue-eyed child?
Wow, no, I mean, I can totally feel your passion and like the energy is just pouring out of you, and it's really positive, and it's really nice. And you have a nice voice, a very deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like guttural, you know.
Yeah.
Which is great, and you play well and stuff. You know, earlier on, a few contestants back, we had Amy McIsaac out here, right? And
we drove up together. Amy and I are friends. Yeah.
Wow, and like
in a van.
No, not in a van. I've moved.
Been let down once again.
I'm embarrassed to say now I have a minivan because I've got 3 kids, so it's a totally different vibe now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so what I'm all about a lot when I'm listening to people singing and the songs that they're writing, like I'm really all about, like I'm in the record production business, so I try to think of end product and a song that, you know, will appeal to a large group of people and stuff. So like when I heard Amy's song, you know, I just went, yeah, like I can hear that as a finished song and with a wonderful verse chorus structure.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so and that's the kind of thing that I'm like looking for, right? Trying to think of, you know, if somebody wins, when that song goes in to get recorded in the studio, what's it going to sound like? What are the song's chances? what I'm hearing, like your song is beautiful, and I'm feeling it. I feel the energy coming off of you, but I'm not quite sure that musically it's kind of what local live, what we're trying to find here, what we're trying to stylistically kind of seek out.
Okay.
So, I think you're wonderful. I think you sound great, and I you know, like your voice and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just leaning to the side of, I think for me, I'm more after an Amy McIsaac kind of song for the because this contest here, Local Live, isn't just about a voice, right? It's about original material. So I have to kind of base what you know, my feelings on that as well. So
I think that you have a very positive, conscious state when you perform. Very few people, when they perform, smile as much as you do. There's a certain level of positivity that comes through, and I think that your song isn't quite as radio friendly as some of the other ones, but quite frankly, I think that's what we need more of. I mean, I don't think that the majority of things coming through the radio are what people really want to hear, and I think maybe more lyrics about oceans licking toes versus other people licking other people's toes would be better for the radio. And I also like to thank you for confirming that there are no negative hippies.
The song had a lot of great energy, but in comparison to Amy, it's not as radio friendly. But here's to say, like as Drop was saying, not all radio songs are memorable anyways at the end of the day. When it's based on performance, and I base you on the other competitors today, I'm going to say yes. I think you got a good shot.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not going to...
At the end of the day, man, people control the radio.
That's true. I got the radio going in my head.
I am not going to compare you to Amy because you're two completely different people.
But they drove up in the same minivan. So? They both play guitar.
I disagree with Michael for once. I really like the way you look, which is a huge thing in this industry.
I think
you have a good look. Yeah, you have a pretty face.
Thank you.
And in terms of music and your energy, I think you give off good vibes, and I enjoyed your lyrics and all the little metaphors that you use.
Thanks.
So it's a yes for me.
So okay, so yeah, where are we at? So what are
Let's roll against you, Michael. She's going through.
Okay.
There you go.
You're going
3
through?
against 1.
Awesome.
Come get your piece of paper. Hi, Davy Duke.
Hi.
Is Davy Duke your real name?
Yes, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
You were born with that name.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So how long have you been doing this for?
I started 3 days ago.
3 days ago. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Brave.
do you play any instruments or?
No, nothing.
All right. No voice lessons.
No, nothing. I just fell in love with it, you know. Listen to Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, fell in love with it.
Those are your inspirations?
Yes.
Okay.
Big time.
And what's the name of your song?
Walking Down the Street.
Walking Down the Street.
Yeah. And I made it 10 minutes ago.
Okay. You're well prepared.
Yeah, really well.
All right. Let's hear it.
All right, I just have to pull this out just to remember it. Oh. Okay, are you ready? All right. I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street. I saw a girl with smelly feet. We fell in love. I wanted to meet her really much, and that's the ending of my Very Well song. Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo.
Well, there's many words we could say.
Yep.
But I think I'll just keep them short and sweet.
All right.
This is a competition for people who want to better themselves. You cannot improve on perfection, sir. This competition is not for you. There's no way that we could possibly make you any better at all. Once you're clean, you're polished, and you're on the level that you're at, there's nothing to strive for. And I feel sorry for you in your personal life. You have a tremendous amount of depression in front of you due to the fact that you will never, ever get any better. It's all downhill from here, and that's why it's a no. Because the other competitors have feelings, and you are far too amazing. I'll just give it on to Jazzy. So no, but only because in fairness to the other competitors.
I'm probably going to be the only one to say this, but I'd love to see this guy in the next round. I'm going to say yes. I'd like to see him live in front of the crowd. He absolutely the most electrifying man in, I don't know, music entertainment, if you will.
Thank
This
you.
guy, I think he's got a future, man. I'm
You
going to say 100%
You
yes.
realize that this is Rogers TV, and we only shoot in HD and not awesome. We don't have the technical ability to capture this man's charisma through this digital age. If we had a time machine to forward 100 years, he would still be setting standards. This is on you, Jazz. This one's on you.
I still say yes. Let's move it along here.
Just no. No. Thank you.
Davey, I thought it was really quite remarkable, and I gave you a standing ovation. And I'm as supportive of what you do as Drop is. My concern is if we put you through, by the next time we see you, your voice might drop. Your voice hasn't changed yet. So because I love your sound, right? But I'm afraid that when puberty really kicks in, you might lose that magic.
The sound waves captured through our 2014 audio would definitely not be able to handle the massive boom that this epic awesomeness captured within a human being would deliver.
But what
is
I'm
you're
worried
saying.
about, there's the technical concern.
Yes.
But the real concern is, like, I think what we heard, like, is really, right now, it can't get any better than that. I'm afraid it's...
I don't think my ears are developed enough to really take all of it in.
Yeah. So I'm a no Davey Duke. But Davey Duke, I think until, like I say, you're unbeatable, and I don't think it's going to be fair to everybody else. And they say, if there's something you can do to keep your voice that high and youthful forever, please do it, because I think you've got some great things ahead of you.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it. I'm out.
He's written roughly 15 to 20 songs, and Grant Mask from Orillia, Ontario is currently saving up to record what he hopes will be his first full-length album. He's here today to try to impress our judges.
I tried to write you a letter, but the words were a mess on the page. There were so many things to say, so I'm singing to you, Heather. Oh, tell me, how is the weather where you are? How are you holding together? It's been such a long time since we talked about it all. And since I talked to you at all. And do you ever wonder where I've gone? Still I sing myself the same old songs, and only you will know that part of me. Am I only for you to forget? And Heather, do you remember the balcony we hid for oh so long? And no one ever knew where we had gone.
The song's not bad. You know, it took once you got to that second chorus, I went, oh, that's pretty nice. You know, it's got a nice hook to it. I think like you have the makings of you probably don't want to hear this, and I don't think this is what you're after, but I think you could be like a teenage heartthrob.
Michael has a crush on you.
Yeah, basically.
No, I have dollar signs in my eyes. Hey, we could. But all jokes aside, you're a great singer. You have a nice voice, competent guitar player, and that was a nice song. It was just a nice, catchy sort of pop song. Okay.
I personally like your look and your style. You remind me of a young John Mayer or something.
Okay, I'm flattered.
That's what it is. I don't know if it's the hair. Yeah, I like this song. It reminds me of music that I used to listen to when I was younger, so that kind of goes along with what Michael was saying.
Yeah.
Like a younger crowd of girls would go wild for you, I think.
I think that song would do very well in the studio, perfectly. For this competition, I'm going to disagree with these two, and I think it's the wrong song choice. Okay. You have the look, you have definitely like the teen heartthrob look, but when you're playing the guitar and your guitar playing is louder significantly than your soft-spoken voice, I'm missing the most important part. I'm not going to sing back your guitar. That's not what humans do. They sing back your lyrics. Yeah. So if I can't hear you, how can I say, I want this guy to go to the next round? I'm not saying it's not that you lack confidence. It's just I think with more maturity, I think if you come back next year, I think you'd be ready to go. But I'm gonna say no on this year.
I could actually speak to that too. I guess typically when I play too, I sing pretty up close to the microphone.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. If there was a PA.
For me personally, I think with your voice, you can't really belt it out. You have such a soft-spoken voice, you need a microphone. And that's what studios are for. And that's what microphones are for live crowds. So to me, that doesn't make a difference. As far as the song choice, it's basically the Canadian version of Hey There, Delilah. So for me, that's your style, and knowing your background with consciousness and social change, reel the young girls in with this stuff, and then educate them. So you're marketable. It's a yes for me, man.
Thanks.
And a yes with Amanda, a no on Jazz, but I'm going to say yes. Okay. So you're going through.
All right. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Grant.
Come on and get it.
All right.
Up next from Oro Medante is Chantel Preston. Chantel began writing music at the age of 13 and immediately after high school decided to dive headfirst into music and has been doing it ever since. She is now here today with the hopes of moving on to the next round.
Hi, Chantel. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Good. So I was just reading your biography here.
Yes.
I'm excited to hear what you have to sing. What's your song name?
It's called Bad Timing.
Bad Timing?
Yes. And this is my friend Aaron. He's just going to play it for me so I can perform it a little bit better.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Great. Let's hear it.
Perfect.
Maybe this is all wrong, and maybe I knew it all along. I got this feeling that you walked in a little too soon, a little too soon. And I remember that look on your face, and that day that I walked away, and I cried for days, but I knew you walked in a little too soon, a little too soon. And oh, I'm sorry that I got greedy. If a couple months go by and you still want me, if you still wanna take me out for coffee, we could try again. If you still wanna call, bad timing was all.
Cool, thank you.
I really enjoyed your voice. You have a really nice voice. In terms of the structure of the song, I was kind of waiting for like a hook and, you know, some kind of like pow that makes you like kind of like get into it.
Yeah, I agree. The song isn't. I wouldn't say that song is ready yet. Yeah, there was no chorus. It was just a series of verses.
Yeah.
And there was no, like, when your song is called Bad Timing, let's make a point of that being the hook of the song and the core message. So we need a chorus.
Well, Chantel, even though I'm wearing sunglasses, I do see something. You're holding back.
I'm a little nervous. I've never done any
nerves,
contests like this before.
But when you sing that song, your body language and your facial expressions are outdoing your vocal performance.
Okay.
Which means you have the voice. I just don't think that you've been in front of a large audience enough to know you have the voice. And without that live feedback from live people, you're not going to be able to grab that confidence to come in here and belt it off right off the bat.
These guys pretty much summed it all up. But for me, I think that your tone is there. You have a good presence. If I do say yes, I need you to structure the song better. So at least if there is a hook or a more powerful range to show your vocals, I need to hear that maybe in the first, maybe the end of the first verse or the first chorus part. But if you leave it as like this today and you repeat the performance next time around, I gotta say no. So
absolutely, thank you.
So I think. Generally, though, I think we're saying we want to see you in the next round.
But you're not going to hold back, right? You're going to belt it.
Absolutely not. Hell no.
And let's hear some improvement in the song structure. This is a great, like, to me now, like, this is your education. Absolutely. So and don't think that you know it all, like, because it'll take your whole life to learn all the ins and outs of music and songwriting and stuff. So think of this as like the first step. But I think we see a lot of potential. So. You're in.
7 hopefuls through from the Aurelia Open Call to the semifinals, and we're just getting started. Be sure to join us next Sunday night at 9 o'clock right here on Rogers as we highlight the rest of the audition tour through Barrie, Collingwood, and Alliston. I'm Steve Major. Thanks for watching Local Live. Good night.
Now wait for it. I feel it starting, please don't think I'm crazy, but there's no turning back, we're on a road unknowing, and when the night ends, maybe you'll know where I'm going. Until then, I'll be patiently waiting to go. I feel it starting, please don't think I'm crazy, but there's no turning back, we're on a road unknowing, and when the night ends, maybe you'll know where I'm going. Until then, I'll be patiently waiting to go. I'll be patiently waiting to go.